Hello everyone, it's Janet. I finally finished all of my giveaway presents. Had a little interruption with our new grandbaby came last week, so that was really exciting, and I've spent a lot of time holding her and helping out with the family, so that's been fun. But I've also had fun making these projects. The two winners were Emily, who is a high school, she's graduating from high school this year, and she really likes the Parisian theme with the creams and the soft pinks and the chocolate brown. And she loves the 1920s to the 1950s. And Miranda is really into grunge. She's the queen of grunge. I kind of feel embarrassed to even attempt grunge after seeing some of Miranda's projects. But anyway, I attempted it. So I made quite a few things, and I'll just start off showing you. I made both of them some grunged muslin ribbon and just tea-dyed it and used distressed inks and wrapped it around a spool and decorated it with a little charm. And then I'm going to put them in the glassine bags. I just took some thicker muslin and printed on it. So they each get one of those, and this is Emily's. So they're going to get that. And they're both going to get some seam binding. This is the hand-dyed and crinkled seam binding. I use this stuff all the time, so I always love to give it in my packages. And then I made them both a card. This is Miranda's card. Just used a lot of vintage lace, tried to do a lot of layering, and I used the Prima Almanac line, which I believe is one of Miranda's favorites, and it worked well with both of the girls. Tastes were fairly similar, so it made it pretty easy to do. So that's Miranda's card, and this is Emily's card, a little bit more into the soft pinks. So also used the vintage lace and just different pieces from that collection. So that's Emily's card. And I made them both a little, this was a muslin bag, and I tea-dyed it and crinkled it and then used distress ink, and I also then stamped on it and then replaced the string with seam binding and added a charm. This one is Miranda's, and this one is Emily's. So they're going to get that, and those are just chock full of charms and buttons and trinkets and all kinds of good stuff. So I found, I'll put these on the packages. I found these at a Rust and Roses flea market we had last weekend. It was really fun. So I'm going to put that on their packages, and when I get the packages all wrapped up, I'll try to do some pictures and post them at the end of the video if I can figure out how to do that. So that goes there. I got them both. This is just full of vintage papers from different vintage books that I have. Music papers, different books, arithmetic, all kinds of Bobsey Twin, all kinds of different vintage papers, and they both are getting one of these. And then as far as Miranda said that she would like to try the Fifth Avenue paper. It's not something that she would buy for herself. So as I mentioned in the giveaway, I was trying to make this giveaway to the person so that they would really use the stuff that I'm sending them. So I did get her some of that paper, and I'll be really anxious to see what she does with that. That'll be really fun. And I got a graphic 45 pad, and I split it between the two of them because they both, Emily really likes graphic 45, and I know Miranda does too, and the colors were really into, so I just split up the pad between the two of them, so they'll both be getting some of that. And then Miranda's just going to get an assortment of Tim Holtz items. So those are all, she's going to get all that. And I also got Emily, she loves the pinks and the browns. So I went to my local scrapbook store, and they had this whole pad of the My Mind's Eye, the Lost and Found Madison collection. So I think I love this paper, and I think she'll really enjoy it too. So I got her that whole pad, and then I got her a frame and some Lost and Found embellishments. And I also got her, she could use some flowers, so I got her more flowers. And then both of them, made these little pillow boxes. I actually used the graphic 45 tissue paper and Mod Podged it onto a pillow box. So I made them both both of these, this is Emily's and this is Miranda's, and they both they're full of flowers. So they're going to get that. And then I also got into my hoard of trims and I'm sharing them with them. So this is their laces and trim, and that's full of all kinds of different laces and trims. And here again I used my computer, did some of the tea-dyed muslin, and I ran it through the computer and got the printing on that. I've shown how to do that before on other videos. So that one is Miranda's and this one is Emily's. Okay, and then really the big project are these two canvases. And this picture, I'll get a little closer in here. This picture was taken of my grandparents when they were dating, and they were on their way back to Los Angeles from Anaheim, California, and they got stuck in the mud. And this is just a family favorite picture. If you'll notice, my grandma's feet are just covered with mud. They were just really, looked like they were having a good time even though they were stuck in the mud. So I titled the canvas, Enjoy the Journey, and used that family photo. I printed the photo out on watercolor paper because I didn't want it to be harsh on a regular photo paper. Used a lot of embellishing. You can see cameos, clocks, curl paper here, just a lot of vintage lace. Here again on the background I decoupaged the graphic 45 tissue paper in the background, and both of them have a charm on it, and they both have their initial. This is Emily's, and I put several Parisian things on Emily's, and so I will post pictures also at the end of the video. I trimmed the edges with the bloomer trim, this one in the brown. So this one is more the browns and the pinks. It's the exact same picture, but it's amazing how the colors bring out the picture in different ways. So Miranda's is more in the blacks and didn't do the creams, blacks and the browns, and didn't do the pinks. I did the cream, the black, and the brown. So, and I tried to do a little bit more grunge on hers. This is an old plate that I found at that Rust and Roses flea market, and so I tried to do it a little bit more grunge. This right here, I used the mica flakes and some Tim Holtz Distress Powder to kind of get the feeling of the mud, because it was really muddy there. So there's a vintage earring there with a cameo, and just a bunch of different layering, and it's a part of a doily, and the vintage lace, piece of old ruler there. So it was really fun to do for both of these girls. It's wonderful to see them at a young age really enjoy art and creating and want to encourage that. So I really hope they enjoy their packages, and I really appreciate everyone watching my videos. Thank you.